closer to cranking. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mischief City. This would be episode 3 of the rebuild on my 84 Corvette. In this episode, we're going to try to get it running. We've got a list here of things that we need to make it do. So what we know is that it's got new power, new ground wires, new battery. I literally just got a new battery today. Replaced the Optima that we had in it that I just got warranty out. So this is warranty number 2 on the Optima. Not sure if I can pull it off again, so we're not going to find out. We put new plugs in it. It's got, the entire cab has power, and the starter tries to crank over. You could hear it in the last video. You could hear it try. It just isn't wanting to. What's left to do, we got to mount the brake booster. The brake pedal is a little wiggly here. Splice the cigarette lighter in. I have a wire splice all the way back here behind the dash, but it's not really making good connection. It kind of just comes in and out, so I need to put a new wire splice on it. Got to tidy up all the engine bay. Need to tidy up here, and then we need to make it run and make it go brrr. We need to make this thing run. We need to hear it run again. Man, it's been too long. But we're going to start by splicing that in, and we'll see where we get from there. Splice that in, tune it a little bit, and go for crank. All right, this is the brand new battery that we got from the parts store this morning. You can see it's the exact same battery, exact same cold cranking. Let's see where's the date on it. Date's over here. You can see we just got this battery. It's brand new. So we should be able to take this little red one, hold it up against our side post. And we're reading 95% at 13 volts, which is better than other battery ever did. All right, if we have everything hooked up correctly, should be able to not do that. Okay, just ignore what I just did, but I'm holding the wires on and we're getting power, yay! So, cigarette lighter works. I'm gonna plug something in to make sure, but yay, it works. To make sure it works, we're gonna plug in our handy dandy police radar. I got my little microphone right here and this turned all the way up, so if it comes on, we should be able to hear it now. Let me get it. Ready? Yep, there we go. We have a cigarette lighter again. We should be able to change all the modes on here. Yep. That works like it should. Cool, cool. That's one thing we can check off our list. Check. Alright, you can see hooked up to the battery. We're pulling 80%, 12.6 volts, which is really good. Well, have volts. That's a better number than we were getting. Tax on, gauge lights turn on. Everything seems to be working. Let me get it prepped for crank. Alright, the wind keeps picking up, so it's going to be a little harder to hear me, but I still got the microphones turned on. You can see that we are sitting at, oh, focus, 78%. It's still 12.6 volts, which is phenomenal considering we just cranked it 3 or 4 times. You could kind of hear it from the video, but it sounded pretty good. We still have 12 volts here, so that's fantastic. It means it is getting power. We actually heard it crank, so that's something we can mark off on our list. And it was obviously cranking without fuel because I have the fuel pump primed to its own switch now. But we're going to do the next thing on our list, which is tidy up, and then we'll actually see if it cranks over and if we can get it to run. I've got a little bit cleaned up. We've got one connection here on a pin connector. That's for the wiper motor. I'm not really worried about that one. But I am worried about this one. This one's the power wire to the carburetor. I'm pretty sure I have it on the right wire, but if I don't, fuel could just dump in. So that's why we have it on a pin connector, just in case something happens, I can pull it apart. Same thing here with the alternator. I'm pretty sure I have it on the right wire, but if I don't, the car will stay running and I won't be able to turn it off, but pulling this wire will. The voltmeter on the alternator won't be able to know what to do, and it'll actually kill itself. So I'm going to go ahead for crank. We're going to see what happens. This is firing test number 1. Let's see if it runs. so we're going to pull the valve cover to make sure no fake got anywhere it's not supposed to. Put a little bit more oil in it, and then we're going to tune the carburetor. I got the impact and the impact kit over there, so we're going to zip this off real quick, and hopefully it doesn't smell nor look like fuel down there, and it should just be oil. If there's fuel, I have a problem. Alright, we've got it pulled off. I'm going to pull all 4 of these valve cover bolts out, like so. Just kind of set them down. Yeah. Get this one over here. And we're going to pull this off. And then wiggle this like so. Valve cover's off. Let's see how bad it looks. We've got oil everywhere. Looks like oil, but this is where I just dumped it in. We want to look all the way over here on top of the lifters. It's looking like oil. Smells like oil. Kind of fuel, but mostly oil, so I think we're doing okay. I'm gonna try to dig a little deeper. Same thing on this side, got them all loose, so we're gonna pull all these valve screws. Let's see. Get this last one out right here. Alright, this one is a bit more annoying to get out, so I'm actually gonna put the camera down and wiggle it out. Had to disconnect the alternator there, but now that we've got it pulled out, we're going to pour oil out of all of these rocker springs here, just like we did that side. You can see how they're a little bit shiny. These are a little bit dry. It's a little bit concerning, but we're going to make sure they got oil in it. We're going to fill this side just like we filled that side, and check the oil dipstick. You can kind of see it all moving there after we just poured it all in. You can see how much more there is now. We made sure to get it down there in the bottom of the block, and we made sure to try to get it down into these holes here where it goes all the way down, but we also ran this side just a little bit more, and it looks a lot better. So we're gonna let it dry. Well, not really let it dry, but kind of let it soak in, let it get where it needs to be, and then pull out the oil dipstick, check the oil dipstick, and pull the valve cover from over there, because I may or may not have put another coat of paint on it because I can't stop painting. And we'll go for crank. So while we do that, we're going to try to reinstall the door panel. Alright, we started to get it laid on here, started to get it pressed on with the glue. I'm just using the impact to hold it on there until I need it, but yep, started to get it pressed down. It's not going to be much more exciting than this for a while. It just needs to press and set back on there with the right glue, and then we can start putting some of these interior pieces back in though. Probably put the piece for the seat back in, could get the tub back in it. Definitely getting a lot closer. As it sets, our list looks pretty good. We got to tune the carb still. We've gotten rid of the extra gas, put new in it. We've checked the valve covers for old fuel, which it didn't have any in it, thankfully. It just kind of smelled bad. Put new oil in it and ran new oil all over all the rockers. Added oil, obviously. Mounted the brake booster. I kind of JB welded it. We're going to see if it holds because the mounting bolts are stripped. So we're going to see if that holds. We tidied everything up. We're starting to make it look a little better, and we still got to do a burnout. We still got to go whip this. It's still got to go burr. It's still got to do all the fun things. But we're working on tidying some of these wires up. Inside of the cab's looking a little bit better. Not much, but not much I can do until I can fix the shifter marker here that I broke. It slides onto the little lever, and then it moves back and forth with the shifter, and it shows you what your shift point is, like whether you're neutral or park or whatever. But it broke, so I'm trying to JB weld it with some tack there, but it's starting to come back together really quick. Door panel just has to dry, and then we'll throw it back on. Alright, we are going to see if we have oil and water pressure. Should have oil pressure, but we're going to go for crank here. 3, 2, 1. Probably turn the fuel pump on, that'd probably help. Pressure. The water pressure is going to take a little bit to climb, but that's okay. Tack is reading right. Lights are pulling good. We're getting charge from the alternator. Everything seems to be doing what it should be. It was no more than saying good things about the vet, and it started to misfire. Like really bad. You can see it in this clip here. It just developed a misfire out of nowhere. I don't understand why or how. Everything seems to be working, the plugs are working, everything seems to be plugged in where it goes. So I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow. I'm kind of at a loss. We're gonna let the brake booster kind of sit. Need to disconnect everything, but you can see that we're still sitting at 12.5 at 76%, which is phenomenal compared to the 11 point nothing volts we were getting yesterday and the 9 volts I was getting before I traded the battery in this morning. So we definitely figured out some of the voltage problems. Definitely got it to run, which is, oh, it's such a good start. But we got some more to do, so we'll see you guys tomorrow or maybe the day after that. It depends on when I can get out here again.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, new day, new dawn. It is raining, so not gonna get a lot done today, unfortunately. But this is the old mirror that it came with, and you know, it is JB welded. It's got no adhesive left. It just kind of looks like shit. It's got the buttons on the bottom of it, but you know, that stupid thing. This is the one I ordered from Amazon. It's got a suction cup on it, a couple of different mounts. Very clean, looks very nice. So we're going to try to mount it up here and see if we can get something that we like. As you can see, we've got double suction cups, but the mirror looks very nice. Starting to bring the whole look of the interior together. Got to get a couple more things, get this cap back on. I ordered a shift indicator. It should be here pretty soon. You can see this boot's not looking very good either. Nothing I can do about that. We're just going to try to shove it down in there and make it look pretty. I mean, prettier, but yeah, mirror's up. It looks good.
A few moments later.
Mischief TV presents Real Men of Genius. While we're waiting for the headers to cool down, because I've been testing their plugs, I wanted to show you guys this fancy little tool I got from a friend of mine at work. It's just a spark plug tester. It's basically just a wire conduit. You plug one side into your ignition wire like this. The other side goes onto your spark plug like so. And then when I start it up, you'll be able to see a spark from in here if the spark plug's firing. If it's not, it obviously won't spark. I'll try to get a video of it for you guys, but I try to do it real quick and then turn it back off so I can do all of them pretty quickly. Okay, so what we've done here is we've taken the wiper motor wire, disconnected it for now, tapped it into the switch, and then direct power, when this is plugged in, this also taps into it like that. We just shove it in there. And that's to the choke wire for the carburetor. That's just to trick it into the on position for now. Obviously, that's not how we're going to keep it, but to get it running good, and to be able to tune it, that's how we're going to keep it. So I'm going to go ahead and fire it up and see if we can get it warmed up a little bit and see what it looks like. I literally just dropped and shattered my microphone, so not going to be using it anymore for a while. It's going to be kind of dim, and I apologize for the audio quality, but she seems to be, wow, seems to be running a lot better. Actually sounds pretty happy. As you guys could just see, she was running pretty good, but smoking a little bit. I think it's definitely running rich, so we're going to work on tuning the carb. And I noticed I have a little bit of a fuel leak in the back, so I'm going to have to reseal the fuel pump, which is awesome. I fixed one thing and something else seems to break on this car, but we'll get there eventually. I mean, I'm hoping to have it on the road and driving it by the end of the video. That is the goal. However, I'm not sure how possible that is now, looking at fact that we're about halfway through and still no further than we were, other than the fact that it starts and it is less of a misfire. I mean, it's obviously doing better on the misfire, but you can kind of see some of the smoke coming off of it still. I don't know if it's burning oil, burning extra fuel. I'm not sure, but it's not good. working on the vet. Not exactly sure what's wrong with the carb and why it won't fire correctly all the time. I'm gonna have to tune it some more. I'm definitely gonna have to get a brake booster and reinstall that. So while I order a brake booster in and we work on that, the shift indicator did come in, my fancy little new one. It's orange instead of black, which, you know, whatever. But I'm gonna work on installing this, and I got little 8-ball valve covers, so I think it'll look pretty good. Or little valve, yeah. You know what I meant, valve stem covers. So I'm gonna throw these on all the tires and install this real quick. So you guys are curious on what I meant by shift indicator. This slides down here, and it sits under here, and it slides back and forth. And this little orange part tells you what gear you're in, obviously. And I broke the old one, moving all this stuff, and it just slides in here, kind of like so, and you wiggle it up in there and it rides level with the track. But I'm gonna get it tossed in. All right, so you can see it there. You can see it right here. That's a little shift indicator. It's showing that we're in neutral. You know, it's pretty much there. So throw our little fancy shift knob on there. And reverse, park. Yeah, I probably should scooch it down. But you can see we're nice and forward. Move it back to reverse. Neutral, drive, third, second, and first. Wow, that boot really does not want to go that far. 2, 3, drive, neutral, reverse, park. It's all there. While we wait for everything on the table to dry, everything we have gluing, we are going to use a little bit of brake clean and try to clean up some of these suspension parts. They're pretty dirty. You see I started cleaning it a little bit on that side. You see the difference there on the main arm. But yeah, this is suspension cleaning with Hunter. Step 1 is to get a can of brake clean. Step 2, remove tire. Put the lug nuts back on. Next step, shake well. Spray around the tire because it won't come off. Last step, use the entire can of brake clean and throw it away. Looks a lot better. I mean, it looks a lot better. It really does. It was really dirty, all jokes aside. It was really bad. Didn't really have enough to do a whole lot, but cleaned the suspension up quite a bit. Cleaned that side up already. I'll walk over here and show you. You can see it's looking a lot better, kind of like the other side. Not perfect, but definitely shiny again. So just looking better. And we're going to see how everything looks glue-wise. The mirror did fall. I think the adhesive that it came with, it kind of sucked, but oh yeah, definitely almost there. This I glued about 10 minutes ago, so I'm not sure it's ready yet. But everything else should be almost ready to go. So I'm going to put things back together. While we've been waiting on parts to get here and doing other things, I have been a little busy. You can kind of see it. I wrapped the gas tank cover in carbon fiber. I think it looks phenomenal. I think it looks really good. It actually went down really well. All the carbon looks really good. Everything looks really well. It fucks. I also got my license plate in the mail. So we're going to go ahead and throw this on. Replace that Ohio plate. I think it'll look pretty good. I debadged it on the front and the back because I ordered new badging. I didn't really like the half and half paint. You could tell somebody had painted it before, and I ordered a brand new one. But we're gonna go ahead and put the plate on. Some of the other pieces should be in a couple days. Probably not in this video, but we'll definitely show them in the next video. And then that's out of the way. Take the fancy one, line it up like so. Line it up like so. Oh, it already looks good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's badass. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Corvette rebuild on Mischief TV. If you liked it, make sure you leave a like, you subscribe, and you leave a comment. Make sure you do that. Make sure you stay tuned for what's next. We didn't get it running in this episode, which I'm pretty sad about, honestly. I really wish we could have. I mean, we got it running, but not driving. We didn't get it on the road yet. We aren't going to do burnouts, which is very upsetting. I really wanted to do a burnout. I mean, I really need to get this car back on the road. What we did do we figured out we need a brand new brake booster because I can't fix the screws. We got it running. We got it running off its own power. We got an intermittent misfire, which is better than an all-the-time misfire, but I'd rather have it at a no misfire. That's how we'd rather have it. We got some things cleaned up. We got a new mirror, not necessarily a working mirror as it already fallen apart, but got a new mirror. We got a new shift indicator. We got the dash put back together. We got most of the engine wiring clean and put together, except for a little bit that I have for that washer wire that I'm probably going to rewire before you guys see it again. We got the plate put on. We got the gas tank covered in carbon. We're probably going to carbon wrap that other little piece up there. We got a brand new battery. Voltage tested a bunch of things. Got the cigarette lighter wired done. I mean, we did a lot in this episode. May not seem like it, but I've spent a lot of time working on it, and we're right at how long I want to wait between videos. So unfortunately, I'm just going to end up posting this video with the vet not being finished, and it is what it is. Hopefully we'll have it running in the next video. I mean, fingers crossed. We did a lot this video. I'm very happy with how far we got, but until then, until we get it running and until I see you guys again, I say running as in running and driving down the road and doing burnouts. That's what I mean when I say running. We have it starts. It starts. It's not running good. I don't classify as it running. It's got to be doing burnouts. So until we're doing burnouts on the road, I don't consider this thing running and driving and doing good. So now you guys see my logic of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you did, like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next one. And I'll catch you soon. Peace out. Make sure you guys enjoy all of the other videos that I've posted. Check them out, and we'll see you soon. Stop recording me.
Sweetie, you ready to get some new notebooks and protractors and slacks?
I want blue jeans.
You're getting slacks!